Why Honda after BMW?
In the moment you have to tune the engine a lot, it affects the reliability of the engine.
Who's gonna win?
Today?
Uh-huh.
Me.
Okay.
Have to.
A series called No One Bike Us, which is about Alpok-Adria.
Okay.
So each race we make a movie of. It's like Netflix type, like the like Drive to Survive, kind of like that. So if you fancy, you can watch with subtitle if you want. I think it's quite good.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice.
So Patric, thank you very much, first of all, for your time, and thank you very much for lifting the quality of this Alpok-Adria championship, because it's so much more fun when you're here. It was very, very exciting in Brno and in Pannonia Ring. You and Michal fighting, and with Hanika in Brno, it was quite crazy. First of all, why Honda after BMW?
We use Honda this year because I wanted to have a bike that's it's safe to use with the engine, to put some mileage on the engine, because many bikes have problems with the engines, and I was affected in the past a little bit as well, especially in the 600. So I always had in my back head, I want to have a stable bike. I want to have a bike that I can trust, and I don't get like 0 points in a race, for example. And for me it was also important to have a bike with good power, because in the moment you have to tune the engine a lot, it affects the reliability of the engine. So there was just a few options, and after BMW, like BMW is a really strong bike, we just had options Ducati and Honda basically, and I decided to use Honda because in the past there was a World Championship 600 in World Supersport with Honda. It was a really good bike, a really nice chassis, and what's really nice that in IDM especially there's just one Honda, so it makes it even more interesting to start this project.
And why are you here instead of Nürburgring?
Because on the beginning of the year I split together, I split away from the Kawasaki team from IDM, and then we had basically not a perfect solution or a perfect calendar for the whole year. So we say that we want to pick some races and just compete in those races as wildcard and not as permanent starter, and develop the bike and get a race ready bike for next year. And to Daniel, to the boss, I said I want to come to Pannonia, Brno and Slovakia. So I agreed with him, and I stick to my agreement because I'm like a gentleman. It was a gentleman agreement, and he decided to help a bit, and I said that we will have some fun racing, and I stick to it, so I'm here.
And of course the bike is quite good, because Filla's Ducati is like strong like hell, but it wasn't so much different between the two bikes. So this is quite powerful.
Yeah,
also.
I would say we made a little bit of a step again in the last 2 or 3 weeks with the bike, especially with the front part of the bike. We use a little bit different engine, not really different to the standard one. It's just about some small details, but the chassis is quite good. So, like when you rewatch the race in Brno, where we have been really strong was in the infield. On the straights we lost a little bit also on the start compared to the superbikes from Hanika and from Filla. So I think with the chassis we are quite good. With the engine, of course, he have more or less a World Superbike, so it's really difficult to keep up with him, but we are a little bit strong in some other areas, so it almost matches the result.
Yeah, it was quite. Really, it was exciting. The first 3 laps was Filla. After that, you in Omega you overtook, right? You're better in turns. Yes. It's a good balance. And you were matching with Hanika on a sprint race.
Yes.
He won,
Yes.
right?
He won
in the last.
like a little bit.
It
Yes.
was.
Yeah,
so
he
close.
overtook me in the last lap because I had a small problem with my rear tire because I decided to use the soft rear tire. Even it was a little bit colder. I thought like 6 laps will be okay, but in the last 2 laps the tire had a big drop and Karel overtook me down to Kevin Schwanz on the back straight, and he closed the door, so I had no chance to overtake. And uphill the power was not enough, but on the line it was still quite close. But yeah, it was really nice racing with him.
Yeah,
it was really good.
And of course, tire issue was quite big in Brno, so no one knew what to do.
Yeah.
No one.
Especially with the new asphalt, I think it was like a magic box for everyone just before we came to the event.
Yeah.
But it was really good. It was a really productive weekend.
What's your goal in your career? What's coming next year?
Next year, we keep the own team with the own guys. So this is let's say the big plan. Details we still have not finalized. We want to compete full year in IDM, like I did the last 2 years. And for sure we will come back here to Alpe, for sure, because I really like the opportunity. Like, you have a lot of riding time. On Friday you have a lot of free practices. The level is quite strong, so we have good laps, we have clean laps, we have good competition to let's say to see where we are, to have some final balance about the results. And also we have many races, so we have the sprint race, which is really good to have some intensive laps, not much laps, but really intensive laps, because one of my weakest points is qualifying. To go fast for 1 lap was in my whole career really difficult for me. I'm more or less like a racing rider, you know. I like to have a little bit more laps and just to build up. So for the sprint race for us is really good to help me to improve those small things as well. So for sure we will come back here, probably in the summer break in IDM, because I heard the summer break will be 1 week longer than it is this year. So for sure, maybe Brno, Slovakia, maybe. Yeah, will be on the plan. Let's see.
How do you see Máté, some of those times? You're watching the Hungarian guy, because he's getting quicker and quicker.
Yeah, I watch him since when he did the 51 or 152 in Pannonia with the Suzuki. So I know that he's a really strong guy. I think he took a wild card in IDM in Oschersleben.
Yes.
I think
He was 6 on Sunday.
Yeah, he was fast. For sure, he is a good rider. Probably one of the things is that he used BMW, and the base of the bike is quite good. But to improve the base of the bike, you need to find out some small details, and this can take a lot of time. It's really similar to the Honda. The base is quite good, but to find the small details is really intense, and you need a lot of time. And I think that he will make some small steps again if he goes testing in Spain during the winter, for sure. But I think it's more or less about this, for him to have the whole package, like the rider and bike package, a little bit better in matching. But I think he will be really fast in the future, for sure.
And my last question is, where do you always go when you're on the grid? Everyone is on the grid, and first Patric, he's gone. You come back in the last minute always. What's your routine? Like every time when I go to the grid, I just put off the helmet, that I have enough time to come back here. And most of the time I just drink something, go one more time on the toilet and go back. So I do it since even in World Supersport, I did it like this. So sometimes it helps not being too nervous on the grid, just to be a little bit more concentrated, because on the grid you hear the generators and everything. So it's like it creates some you get a little bit more nervous, let's say, but just following the own routine helps quite a lot. Cool. I really like it, actually. Just we were always curious. Again, where's Patric? Okay, and just one more question. Who's gonna win? Today? Me. Okay. Have to. All the best. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.